All right, what's up, everybody? It's the Wavy podcast. I'm your host, Jalil Wavy West, and I got a really special guest with me today, radio personality, Power 106,
Yeah.
Power 92,
Yeah.
always working,
Trying, man.
Gskee.
What's up, bro?
Thanks for coming through, bro.
No problem, man. I appreciate you having me.
Nah, I appreciate you coming through because you didn't have to do this, you know.
Hey, man, I'm always trying to show love to people I know that's working, so.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You get asked to get interviewed a lot?
No, so this is kind of probably my second one I've ever been interviewed on, so.
Really?
I'm interested to see what you're going to ask me.
Oh, I got some questions for you, man. Somebody told me I'm a professional. Quez called me a vet.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that means I'm getting a little bit better.
Yeah, we're going to find out today, man.
No, bro, we got this. I'm good. Even though I'm like, low-key, I was like a little nervous.
What, to interview me or just interview Pete?
No, you.
Why?
Because, like, I've been, like, following you for a while.
Okay.
So you work in radio. That's where I want to be. So in a way, I was like, I look up to you. So I'm like, oh, shit. Like, oh. And I would say, I'm not going to say you like, I wouldn't say legit because I'm not going to discredit anybody. But, like, right now, so far, you're probably, like, one of the biggest people I done had on here, I would say.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
That's humbling to, even hit on. Like, I don't usually hear that type of stuff, but, I don't consider myself. It's weird because I don't really consider myself like a big individual, but I do know that I am a public figure, so to speak, but it don't feel like it, man. I'm just a regular person, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, I get that a little bit, too, just off the podcast and stuff. Like, it'd be weird when people be like, hey, don't you, you do the Wave File podcast, right?
Right.
And I'll be like, what? Like, I'll be like, that should just be weird. So I get what you're saying. Because when people, it be strangers sometimes that say that to me.
Right. You got fans out there. It's growing.
So,
people paying attention.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that should be awkward. Because I don't be expecting it.
Right.
But, yeah, thanks for coming through again.
Nah, no problem, bro.
So, talk about your journey. Like, how did you get started in radio?
I went to school to the Illinois. It was called Illinois Center for Broadcasting, but it's Illinois Media School now. At that time, I went. It was only one location. It was in Lombard, Illinois, and I had to drive my ass to Lombard. And 3 days a week? Yeah, 3 days out the week. I had to go through that. It was a 10-month program, and I had to get an internship to graduate. And my internship was with Power 92. So I've been literally working there ever since I graduated out of school and been there ever since.
Is that like something that you wanted to do when you was growing up? Like you knew you wanted to work in radio or just stumbled upon it?
No, not really. I kind of just stumbled upon it. I know a lot of people go to like four-year universities, get they, communication degrees and all of that. I kind of fell into it because I would be around a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, after being in my internship, I fell into it. But going to school, no, I didn't know, like, out of high school I was going to be doing this. Nah, not at all.
So what made you go to that school then?
I make music, and my OG, she saw a commercial for the school, and she noticed that they have a radio part of the school teaching, and she was like, you do music, it would be cool to see if you could tap into that. So I went to the school, for like what is it called when they show you around the school? But anyway, showed us around. I was like, yeah, I'll check it out, and fell into it that way. So I think just by me being and having favor into music just led me in that direction.
Did you get into it? Because you make music. So did you get, like, you got some songs out right now. Yeah. So did you get into that, like, trying to get into the music industry where you just going to start off doing radio? Because that's, like, what Ludacris did.
Right. That is what Ludacris. Nah, I didn't, G. I really went in trying to just push my music at first, but I was also just trying to see what the scene was like, trying to feel out where I fit in. You know what I'm saying? Because it was also kind of, I feel like I was in a difficult situation because it's like I'm trying to present myself as I make music, but I'm also working for the station. So some people take you serious, some people don't. That's just, I don't know, not to explain that, but yeah, I wasn't really being taken serious at the same time because at one point I was working in a gospel station. So it's like, you rap, bro, but you producing a gospel station.
I started off at a rock station.
Right.
I knew nothing about rock and roll. So
I ain't know nothing about gospel.
I just fell into it. He was like, oh, you want a job? I'm like, cool, I'll take it. That's where I want to be. So I just did it.
So, yeah, I just kind of fell forward and did that.
So that's you. I know you got that little freestyle on the 92.
The one I just did, yeah, this year, yeah. That's on.
That shit was cold.
Appreciate it.
I ain't gonna lie, I just listened to it like 2 days ago. I was just like, damn, that shit was fire.
Appreciate it,
It was
man.
cold. So,
Definitely.
do you plan on like? So is radio that's just gonna be your career, or you just do music part time?
See, like low key, when I tapped into the school and they taught me a lot of TV side as well, like editing and video work, and I wanted to do more of that. And when I started working in the radio station, I started off on the street team, giving away like free stuff and driving a promotion truck, shit like that. And as I was in there, I started to see a lot of the stuff behind the scenes that's beneficial as well in the industry, besides just speaking on the air. Like, I want to do voiceovers. Like, I read a lot of commercials, and that's what kind of got me familiar with the program director at Power 92. He started hearing the commercials I read and was like, who is Buddy? You know what I'm saying? And I started to get him demos and trickle down to where I am now. But I low-key would like to do voiceovers for, like, commercials, TV, cartoons, all type of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's dope. It's kind of like, I kind of got a similar story to that. So, yeah, I see where you coming from, because I kind of started off the same way.
True.
Just doing, like, I think I was doing, like, some weekend stuff where they did, like, some, like, best of, and I would just, like, do intros to that.
Right.
And then it was like, oh, on air.
Yeah,
So,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
So something similar. How long you been there?
This year is 11 years, boy. I've been in there since I was 21, Joe. I'm 32 now. But, yeah, I've been in there, like, working behind the scenes. I've actually been speaking on the radio for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? But the first few years I was in there street team producing and just, getting my feel for what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's a hard grind.
It is, because radio ain't no joke, boy. Not too many people last that long in radio, but yeah, I've been in there. This is my 11th year.
Yeah, I done met some people. They got booted right out and never went back.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how many people lose their job for stupid stuff, boy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would say, would you say that radio is dying with the climate of everything changing, everything going to like the internet, TV, streaming and stuff? People can listen to music on their phone whenever. Because I hear that a lot. Like, people like, man, radio going to be dead soon anyway.
Nah, I definitely hear that as well. But for some odd reason, it's not. I don't know why. And I, this is kind of my industry or field of work. But to be honest, it's an article that one of our bosses sent to us that was still proving that radio is still the top, I would say, platform for, when it comes to pushing certain music and also advertising.
Wasn't it like over like 90% or something like that? I feel like I've seen an article like that before.
I'm not sure. I suck at numbers and stuff like that. But as much as we do hear about, radio is dying because people are looking at, different platforms like the Breakfast Club, these visuals, but the Breakfast Club is still on the radio. Yeah. People are still downloading these apps, listening to XM radio. You know what I'm saying? So, like, radio, the platform isn't dying at all. It's just like maybe digital. I mean, not digital, but what is it? Analog, I want to say. The satellite, is killing, but the FM and AM probably might be fading. Is what I really want to say.
Only reason why, like, I don't think it is because music. Like, we gonna forever, keep music. That's gonna.
Yeah, music ain't gonna die nowhere.
Yeah, music not dying no time soon.
Never.
But then, like you said, the Breakfast Club, they still going strong, and a lot of radio, like, people on TV, like Angie Martinez got a show, Big Boy. What Ricky Smiley had one. I don't know if he still got it. Who else? D.L. Hughley, I think he got one too. So
a lot of these artists, I mean, not artists, but a lot of people do venture off into XM. Like Jamie Foxx got, what is that, an XM radio show. So it's a bunch of people.
Yeah. So I don't see it dying no time soon. I would say, now, you work for Power 106, that's a Rockford radio station. And one thing, like, people complain about is that y'all don't support local music.
Okay.
How would you answer that question to people if they ask you?
Well, it's not as easy as people think it is to get local artists where they need to be. What I will say is within the past few months, we've been trying to cater to that. Like, I think, what was that, July 4th? We had a whole mix dedicated to local artists. You know what I'm saying? I really don't have no explanation for why, but it's just really hard to break and support everybody all at once because at the same time, everybody's music isn't good. And it's a rough statement to make to some people. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want to accept that some of y'all music isn't good. Not y'all particular, but anybody. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm in Chicago. So a lot of people that try and you get their music played, but they don't also want to do it the proper way. And in order to really, my advice is what I really tell people is you got to tap into DJs. You know what I'm saying? The music that we play at the radio station is already fixed. It's already in there in a set system.
Yeah, y'all don't even have no control over that.
For
the most part.
No, not for the most part we don't. But it just depends on what's going on. But I tell people to tap into DJs because the DJs influence what the radio should be playing. You know what I'm saying? The idea isn't to come to the radio station. The idea is to go to your local DJ that's spinning in whatever club that it is, because our program director or music director or whoever is going to be there most likely will hear, like, I was in this spot one day, I heard this song, who the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? Also, the DJs who do mixes on the radio, those are the main DJs that you want to tap in. Rub shoulders with them, because if they squeeze your song in a mix and it's heard over, you know, the holiday season, whatever they doing holiday mixes on, it gets heard. Of course, we're going to want to know who that artist is, and then it trickles down like that. But trying to submit your song and through mail or knocking on doors, they get lost in the pile because there's no real connection or no real relationship built. And a lot of artists who even go through DJs flex on the DJ and stop messing with them after they get on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really have to build this relationship with your DJ and the station if you want to get your stuff played, because we're not here to really make people famous. We're here to, you know, create a realm of good, positive music for the community. It's not just about making y'all famous.
Would you say like a song would already have to be somewhat popular?
Yeah, I would have to say that. You would, of course, have to have your own fan base. It's just like proving your worth. If I come into the game with nothing, who's going to pay attention to me? But if this person next to me has 1,500 people with them, you're going to look at that person more than you're going to look at me. So it is about building your fan base, and it is about staying consistent and building your loyal following.
You get a lot of people that's like, hey, can you play my music? Like, they'll like inbox you. All
the time. And I just tell them exactly what I just told you. I'm not necessarily the DJ. I'm a radio personality. I'm just a voice. I'm a speaking billboard, basically. You know what I'm saying? We just advertise and sell shit all day. But the people that you really want to talk to is the DJs who's spinning records in the club. That's who you need to talk to.
So go to the club and ask the DJs to play your music.
If that's the lane that you want. But a lot of people don't really need the radio and all this no more. We got the internet.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily. There are a lot of artists out here who didn't blew up without radio. Mac Miller, one of them. You know what I'm saying? Chance the Rapper is damn near one of them. There's a lot of people.
You think with rap is just like a location thing? Because I say that a lot.
What you mean?
Like, it's just small. Like, you can make your music. I know you got the internet, but I mean, unless you're going to just make a smash hit that's just going to go viral.
See, the thing isn't to try and look to go viral. You should just be putting your stuff out there for your own personal quality. And if you really making art for the culture of yourself and what you're interested in, there's about 100 people in each state who have the same interests as you. So by putting it out there on a public platform like YouTube or Facebook or whatever, you're reaching more than just your local market. Because I've had more people support me than my own friends. So
it's usually like that.
And it's usually just like that, like you said. So the people in your own community might not be the ones that you need to market to.
Only reason why I say that is because, like, you look at artists like a Blueface or a Tekashi or whatever, they just got something that just catch. So it's no radio stuff. Literally, they videos, they song just go viral for whatever reason. And then maybe you have somebody that make better music, rap better, and it's slower, or it just don't happen for them.
I mean, it's kind of a gimmick to it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines from Kanye is said, what everybody trying to do is just not new, and that's a fact. The people who stood out the most are the ones who've taken a different approach to the music, like Tekashi. He came in here with rainbow hair, and he was talking crazy. All eyes on him. Blueface came in here sounding ridiculous. Not sounding ridiculous, but not necessarily rhyming on beat. You feel me? His flow was unorthodox, and people paid attention to it. The hottest nigga right now is DaBaby. A lot of the stuff that he was portraying in his music videos wasn't the same as any other gangster music video that you would see. He was spitting street shit, but his videos had a little bit more light to it, humor to it.
Like the muscles.
Yeah, he had a little bit more humor to his approach.
I just saw a picture of him. He had on a diaper.
that shit too.
Was that in the video?
No, I think he was performing somewhere, and he just came out on stage with a diaper. But
That'll work.
Yeah, I saw somebody else in another interview say we haven't seen that diaper since, because he understood. He just basically did it for the attention to get to what he needed to do. And that's been a lot of help for artists lately is what are you doing different?
Yeah. The only thing, like with them quick ones, like the Tekashi, the Blueface, they not going to last long.
Well, Blueface is still putting music out. Like,
he only been out for like a year, though, like a solid year or two.
That's true.
I'll say you give him like a good 2 to 3. It's already kind of slowing down for him as it is anyway.
But honestly, it really don't even, well, when you say slowing down, you mean like on a mainstream scale?
No, just musically.
Because I feel like once you build a hardcore fan base, they straight regardless. It ain't even going to matter whether we hear from them or not. Because like it's a bunch of artists out here who
they just perform.
Yeah, like Currency. Currency is an artist that I wasn't necessarily a fan of super because he make a lot of the same songs, and some of his songs be like a minute and 45 seconds, but he's built his fan base to the point it don't matter. He can go do a small venue, probably like at the House of Blues, and it'll be decent.
Because I be looking at like the examples like Fetty Wap, Trinidad James, like a lot of
songs. Yeah,
like a lot of them like slowed down.
But they ain't really had nothing else to offer to the game. And that reason why Trinidad James went crazy, because his image when he first came out, it blew up, but he didn't have no more hits after that. Fetty Wap didn't have no more hits after that.
Fetty Wap stayed relevant because of the baby mamas and all that.
Basically. And
then like Blueface, now he kind of talking more. He stayed relevant because of the drama that he been getting into with his family and stuff. Tekashi stayed relevant because of the snitching and everything, even though he's still kind of brand new though.
Yeah, but other than that, you naming gimmicks that are tagged to these names, so that's why it's just keeping them alive. Yeah, it ain't really necessarily their craft; it's the shit that's around them. Like Blueface just threw money standing on top of the truck. He knew that was gonna bring attention to him. Yeah. So,
but is that gonna be able to? That's not gonna last long though. Like you gonna stay relevant on social media.
Yeah, but it just depends on the type of artist you're gonna be, because there's other artists out here who make noise and who do well without the gimmicks. You know, there's a bunch of. I just feel like you got to find your own hardcore fan base and run with it. Like Griselda, you familiar with the Griselda?
I've been hearing about that.
They from New York. You feel me? They've been grinding, putting out their own sound, and now Jay-Z signing them to Rock Nation after a few years of grinding.
I was listening to something they was just talking about that, but I don't remember what it was. But it was definitely like yesterday or today. No, it was Drake with that interview with B-Dot and Did you watch that?
Nope, I ain't check it out, but I ain't really want to. I ain't really care. But
oh, you're not a Drake fan like that?
No, I'm a fan. I just didn't really care to watch it. That's all.
No, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's probably another reason why I didn't want to watch it.
I watched all of that shit though. It was good. Yeah, he was the one that was talking about it. I'm sure it was him, because I just heard about literally like this week. So I think it was him. He was mentioning them. So yeah, like okay. So you said they from New York? Yeah,
they from New York. And they're just an old school type of hardcore hip hop vibe, and they've been staying true to their sound. And like I said, Jay-Z released his top 40 songs of the year, and 2 of them was from Griselda. And like I said, he signed them to Rock Nation, I guess. So shout out to them for staying hardcore to their fans.
Oh, that's crazy. So, you know, how we got cool was I had hit you up on Instagram because you was posting videos of you dancing and stuff at your other job.
Yeah.
It was CVS?
Yeah. I don't work that no more. I quit, man. I got tired of it.
You got tired of it? So the reason why, like, that's how we connected, just because out of respect, because a lot of times us, like, creators, we don't really show that other side of, you know, we all go to work. A lot of us do go to a 9 to 5. Like, I just came from a factory from 7 to 3.
Right.
So, but I don't put that on my Instagram. I'm not even putting that on my Facebook. I ain't talking about it. I mean, I ain't saying nothing about it, but that's how I pay my bills. And then I come in and I do this.
Right.
So I was just like, damn, like, he a real one, because he's showing that side. A lot of people don't do that.
I mean, yeah, you're right. A lot of people wouldn't do that, but at the same time, I'm more than just a radio personality. Like, I feel like wherever I'm at, I can make it my creative environment. And that's probably why you saw me doing those videos at work, cutting up, doing silly shit. But I feel like wherever I'm gonna be at is gonna be my creative environment, no matter what. So outside of being a radio personality, yeah, I'm a person who got bills just like everybody else, and I gotta pay them, and I got a son to take care of. So yeah, I don't never shy away from what my real life is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause why do you think people don't show that other side? You think they just embarrassed, or this?
It's, social media got this realm of we got to look a certain way we have to have this portrayal that you doing certain shit, that you stunting, that, people post money and posting bottles and posting they vacations and all of this goofy stuff to glamorize 3-day trip, you know what I'm saying? And you posting them for the rest of the year just to glamorize some small, short feelings, but it's like, it's not your real life every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think I don't think people really like where they at in life, honestly.
Yeah.
As we get older, a lot of people regret where they at. People hate their jobs. I was never a person that hated that CVS. I didn't really hate CVS. I hated the people who used to come in CVS. So, CVS was cool, but I feel like people just hate their jobs after a while and then get miserable and just want to post what they want to be.
Yeah, because I hate my job. But I thought about posting it, though. Just like saying that, like, oh, this is my reality, this is what y'all see. But, no, this is what I'm doing majority of the time because, like you said, I got bills.
One thing that I always try and push is just staying positive no matter where you at. Because, what I used to see, I used to work from 10 p.m. to 7 in the morning. And then from 7 in the morning, I had 2 hours to waste because I was doing middays at that time in Rockford. So I was doing 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., I'm in CVS, get off, and go straight to do radio from 9 a.m. to 2, then go back to sleep, be up at 10. Long story short, I would see people come in to relieve us at 7. And be already irritated. We back in here. It's like, well, I've been up all night. I ain't even been asleep yet. What did you irritated for? This is how you kick your day off? You mad and irritated. You hate your job. But at the same time, you forgot that ambition when you needed that job. You forgot what your job was there to secure you for. It's helping you take care of all this other shit. So you being mad coming in the first day is not how I want to kick off my work. Not how I want to kick my day off. Yeah, and I hated people for that.
Every day I'll be like, we going to have a good day today. I try to tell myself that. And a lot of times if I don't say it, it'd be bad.
You got to. People wake up, look outside, it's raining, and they mad for the rest of the day. Like, why?
Low-key, I hate rain, bro. I'm like, oh, that'd be me, low-key.
Nothing gets on my nerves, bro. I feel like I've been through enough hardship to small stuff don't matter. Mm-hmm. People hate the snow. I don't care. I'm going outside to shovel the snow. People hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we got to do this. We've been living here X amount of years. Snow coming to death.
That do be irritating, though, when you see people complain on Facebook. I'm like, y'all been here your whole life.
Every year. We saying, look, we ain't got snow yet, but as soon as snow hit, we going to see people talking about how they ready to move. But you're not finna move.
It's about to be January, and we seen snow maybe total 5 times.
Exactly. But, yeah, I just feel like people lose sight of what they really got that job for. And that job is to help you get to, if you want to be an entrepreneur, help you build your next level, stay stable until you get to the next level. That's what your job is for.
Yeah, that's what I'm using my stuff for. I'm like, look, I'm in school. Well, I'm done now. Working, doing the podcast. So I'm just like, all right, hopefully I ain't got to be here too long.
Mm-hmm.
And we get up out of here soon. Hopefully 2020 my last year.
Hey. As long as you stay consistent, it's going to pick up.
Yeah. So what would you say, long term, the end of your career, what do you want to be known as?
I don't know, man. I'm doing all type of random shit. Really?
I know I saw you do a comedy show.
And that was my second attempt at stand-up comedy. That was last night.
How it go?
I told somebody I did C+. Mm-hmm. If I had to grade myself, it was C+. I got laughs, but my structure ain't 100% yet.
You don't practice in the mirror? Do you practice? You write the stuff down?
See, I've never really attempted it, so I don't even know how to practice for some shit like that. So I was going over in my head and practicing 45 minutes right before.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I want to be known as? I don't want to be known as just a radio personality because, like I said, I do a lot more other creative stuff. I want to be able to tap back into my videography stuff. At one point I wanted to shoot weddings. That was when I realized what I could do with a camera. I'm like, boy, we could shoot weddings and set up a whole thing. So I don't know, to be honest, what I would want to be known for because I got so many things that I would like to do. But I just say a jack of all trades. I did everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just whatever I put my mind to.
Comedy, the music.
Comedy, music, pushing my son to do different shit. Like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what I would want to be known for. Everything.
Everything. Have you thought about that, or you just kind of live in the moment?
I live in the moment. I mean, of course, you got your, like, 5-year goals. Of course, I want to get a house, I want to get married, shit like that. But kind of in between, you can't really plan success. You could just work toward it. Like, I can't put a date and say, at the end of this, I'm going to be known for being the best radio personality / entertaining person. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm going to lead into, because I started off with music, and I rarely do music now, but I still work at it. But I don't know. So, no, I don't think too that far, but I think of just small goals, like my son in school, making sure he's straight, making sure he get to his next level. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I've learned so far now, I just try and push it into him. That's all that I want to make sure. Me, I'll figure that out on the way.
Like, who's the favorite person that you have interviewed?
My favorite person that I've interviewed would have to be favorite. Ty Dolla $ign was cool. Kalani was dope. I mean, all of them was kind of cool. I never really had a bad interview, but my favorite interview would probably have to be Tech Nine. You familiar with Tech Nine?
Yeah.
We interviewed him on his tour bus in Wisconsin, and that was my first interview. And Esco just asked me 5 minutes right before. He was like, "You want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it."
Really?
And he put me on the spot, and we interviewed him.
Damn, you said 5 minutes before, like Esco was supposed to do it?
We were supposed to, yeah. The whole time I brought my camera out there to film him. And 5 minutes before he looked at his phone, he was like, "You want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, forget it. You want to hold the camera?" And I just started Googling real quick. And we got on his tour bus and we interviewed. That interview's on YouTube too.
Was that like a test, or did he didn't know?
I don't know with him, bro. I don't know what Esco be thinking sometimes, bro. He just put you on the spot. Like the first time I got on the radio, he just asked me, "You ready?" And I was like, "What you mean ready for what?" He's like, "Come on, you finna fill in right now." And I'm like, "Damn, yeah, I guess so." Because I used to give him demos to, like, before I was on the radio, I used to get Esco my demos to have him critique me, and I'd give them to the boss at Power 92. But the whole time he was critiquing me to put me on Power 106. And that's how he was like, "All right, bro, you been giving me all them demos. You ready?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Just threw you in there. Was it like like during the day, or was it like overnight?
It was
shift?
Overnight. It was 10 p.m. Or was it 6? I think it was 10. It was Oz. I was filling in for Oz. I remember that. So I think it was 10 p.m.
Man, you got through in the fire for real.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
No, actually, I'm lying. It was 6 to 10. That was a 6 o'clock. Because Esco was just getting off. So that was 6 o'clock. Yeah.
I mean, that's the best way to learn, though.
Yeah. And I ain't going to stunt you. I was nervous as hell. Like, I went, like we pre-record a lot. But sometimes when we go live, that was my first attempt to go live. I literally cut the mic on. And then I just blanked and didn't say nothing. And I just cut the mic back off and just faded into a commercial. So literally for about like 15 seconds, it was just an instrumental playing. And I just cut it off. And I was like, "What am I doing, bro?"
You get in trouble for that?
He ain't hear it.
Oh, he didn't hear it.
So he just probably found out today. But he definitely didn't hear it that day.
My first time the song came on, I cut the mic on and started singing. I got in trouble for that shit, though.
Yeah.
He was like, "You can't do that."
I believe you.
I was like, I watch the Breakfast Club. They do this all the time.
Man, I didn't have a lot of mess ups, though. But I learned to embrace them and just keep going.
Yeah. I thought, like, "Oh, he don't understand me." That's what I was thinking. I'm like, he don't understand me. I'm dope. Right. Yeah. He was like, "Don't do that shit ever again."
It be like that, man. Program directors be very serious about what go over the radio.
Yeah, his ass. That was funny. So we going into 2020. Who do you think had the best decade? Rapper.
See, we was just talking about the most influential artist of the decade. No, what was it? No, somebody said Chief Keef's "I Don't Like" was the most influential record of the decade because it sparked the drill movement with a lot of these other artists. And in argument, I respected where they was coming from because we wouldn't have a lot of these drills. We wouldn't have Lil Durk, a lot of these artists that came up after Chief Keef.
Yeah. I be arguing for Chief Keef. Like, when people, like, I be like, he not the best to come out of Chicago, but I would say he probably definitely had the biggest influence
Nah.
for Chicago artists. Would you say that? Just because of all the people that came up, Dirk and Herb and Bibby and all, like if it wasn't Chief Keef, I don't know if any of those people would have popped.
Nah, I agree. I'll say that. Yeah, Chief Keef definitely kicked the door wide open for Chicago drill music.
Yeah,
for sure.
Even language, people be saying
thigh. Oh yeah, I was just telling somebody else, hitter. When Lil Durk came out and said, you know, L's up for them hitters to replace the N word, the whole industry started replacing it with hitter. Now one of his artists is saying stepper, and got a lot of the people in the industry saying stepper now.
Really?
So Chicago been influencing people for a minute.
Yeah. But like, who's like you saying? So you saying don't like you agree with that?
I agreed with it in that conversation of where they was coming from, but in this whole decade,
it's a lot of songs. I can't. It's too many songs.
So somebody said one of the biggest records of the decade was Bad and Bougie because it broke a lot of barriers when it comes to like everybody was singing it, kids, no matter what race you was. It was just, it touched a wide range of people, and he felt like, you know, Bad and Bougie was his argument, and I felt where he was coming from with that, because I was like, I don't like isn't really a household song, but Bad and Bougie crossed a lot of platforms.
Well, you might, I mean, Lil Nas X then.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, you gonna say that about Bad and Bougie?
Yeah, if you will say that about Bad and Bougie, then Lil Nas X definitely killed for the last, but when Finito come on in the club, what is you gonna bump?
Ooh, man.
Finito, I argue Finito being the rawest song of the decade, because no matter what, they was putting that up to Mo Bamba, and then Finito's old. Yeah. And it still outshine Mo Bamba. You ever saw that video?
Nah.
It's a video, you could Google it right now, it's on YouTube. Some DJ at a school played both of them songs back to back, and the reaction as soon as Finito came on was ridiculous.
Yeah, if I'm not gonna lie, if I'm out and Finito come on, I'm about to go crazy.
Yeah, like that song Finito, I feel like is way greater than I don't like, but Finito to me is probably the song of the decade.
Now, if we talking about Chief Keef though, you might have to throw in Love Sosa.
I feel you,
because that went crazy. I remember when that came out, I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" And then my cousin just kept playing it, and then I just got hooked. I was like,
I feel you. It did, but I'm still rocking with Finito. Like he got Jay-Z to quote him. Jay-Z quoted that in a song. I'm a gorilla in the coop. Yeah. So if Jay-Z quoted it, you reached a big range of people. Yeah. But that's me. I don't know.
But the decade though, like artists, would you say like Drake or?
It'll probably be Drake for the decade, because Drake is just, he automatically at the top of music when it comes to like all his hits that's been coming out. He's been having a lot of crazy radio records. So as an artist, I'd probably say Drake. Yeah.
They had a list. DJ Academics posted it. He had like tier 1, tier 2.
Yeah. What was tier 1? Was by themselves.
It was just Drake.
It was just Drake, and it's damn near, you know, like my main thing is facts over feelings. It ain't about what I feel. If it's the facts, you got to go with it. And Drake has been killing, whether I like him or not.
But then he had tier 2, Kendrick, Cole, Kanye, and Travis Scott. I didn't like that Travis Scott was in there.
I'm not really a big Travis Scott fan, but people really rock with Travis Scott. So
they had Travis over Meek, though. Like, Meek was in tier 3.
I could see why. Because people like Meek Mill, but it's only because of recent events. People been rocking with Travis Scott for a while.
I would say, yeah, Travis, he do got like a cult-like following.
Yeah, he definitely do.
I don't see it. I don't know why.
That from what I know, it's a wave.
Yeah,
that's all people keep saying. It's a wave. You gotta catch the wave, bro. So
yeah, because I got on Meek Mill like when he lost that Drake battle. That's when I started listening to him. I mean, I knew who he was, but I ain't care for his music. Then he lost the Drake thing. I don't know why I started listening to him more after that. I just got into it more, and I'm like, oh, this nigga cold.
Yeah, Meek Mill raw. It's just
like, I'm like low key. I might be damn near obsessed with his music now.
Yeah, Meek Mill is raw, but he played. I feel like he should have just left that Drake shit alone. Well, he was just mad. He probably paid him for a verse he didn't write.
No, well, you know, Meek Mill just did an interview with Charlamagne. Then Drake, he did an interview with them. Now, Meek said he don't know why he did it. Because he said he was on perks at that time.
He probably was just tweaking.
And then Drake said it was something about him not showing up for a show. And he said he think that's what it was. Between that and then maybe like Nicki talking to him, getting in his ear or something, and then he just went left. That's what Drake said.
Possibly.
Meek said he don't know.
And if he was off perk, he probably don't remember.
Yeah.
You never know.
So like, Juice WRLD, he just died.
He did.
From an overdose. Was it what? No, seizure.
Yeah, they said he had a seizure at the airport.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you think? Like, did he have like a big impact in Chicago?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a big artist in the Chicagoland area.
You think his like death like really affected a lot of like the city?
It affected a lot of young people. Yeah, a lot of people rock with Juice WRLD. You know, that one record. When people make music about pain, people relate to it quicker than anything, more than happy music, because not a lot of people know what happiness is. So anything about pain, people relate to, because everybody's felt pain.
Mm-hmm.
And his Lucid Dreams was a big record for a lot of people who felt that, and I'm sure they're crushed right now after having something to cope with, your favorite artist, and then he passes. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he definitely had a big impact. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Would you, like, I know a lot of people like trying to blame like Future for that. Or just artists.
They blaming Future because out of Juice mouth's, rest in peace, bro. Out of his own mouth, he said he was he said that he was influenced by Future and he was rapping about doing drugs, and that's why he did it. He said that in an interview.
That he started doing drugs because of Future?
I wouldn't say because, but he said a lot of music.
He was rapping.
Yeah, from the interview I saw, the music that he would listen to was very heavily influenced by drugs, and it made him experiment.
Yeah, I know when the news first broke, I automatically went to the project that they had did together, and it had the pills and a couple lean pouring on the earth. So I was just like, I mean, I kind of just put two and two together. I don't jump out there and say stuff like that though. Like, people was already, before the news even came out what he actually died from, people just started jumping out there.
Yeah, it's just messed up, you know, when it comes to that, because he was influenced by somebody who claims that he don't even do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Future, from what I've known, has said he don't even use them drugs.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
He just rapping about it.
They say his cup be filled with water. I've heard that.
So if that's true, and he publicly saying he don't do what he rap about,
but then he influenced a bunch of people to do it. Yeah, because you said you was on the radio, right? When that news broke about him passing, you had to break it.
I had to break that live on the radio. That was my first time ever having breaking news like that. Like, they called me and was like, yeah, break the story right now. And I ain't a man of positive words. It ain't like I, be out here spitting inspirational shit all the time. So what do I say on the fly about somebody that's not personal to me? What do I say to even give them justice after hearing that they died? I didn't know what to say, so I kind of went live and just broke it. And, you got to do your generic sympathy. Shout out to his family. Shout out to them. Hope they get well. But I didn't know what to say. I was nervous, boy.
You was nervous about it?
Yeah, because I had to go live right then and there.
Like,
they didn't
stop the music. Like, you have to.
They was like, right after this song, go. And when they told me that, it was a minute left in that song.
Oh, damn.
So I had to start thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD and
definitely
Nipsey and whoever else we lost.
Lost a lot of people this decade. Definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate that. Let people know where they can follow you at, stuff like that.
Boy, I'm everywhere. You could look me up. YouTube. You could Google me. Gskee, Gskee. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. And I'm right there. And
you be on Power 92.
Yeah, I'm on Power 92. I feel it.
Do you be on air 7 days a week, bro?
6, except Saturdays is the only day I don't. But sometimes if I got to work for somebody on a Saturday, then yeah, I'm on 7 days. But it's 6 though.
I feel like every time I go to your store, you filling in for somebody.
Yeah, recently I have been filling in like crazy because the holidays I'm definitely filling in, and when people call off, shit. So, but yeah, every Sunday morning, Power 92, 6 a.m. to 10, I'm in there, and then right here in Rockford, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, Rockford nights.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Y'all know where y'all can follow me at on Instagram, Jalil Wavy. Listen to the podcast. Subscribe to us. We on YouTube, Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify. I can't even remember. It's too many of them right now. So I can't even remember. That's a lot of them, though. But if you got the Anchor app, you can listen to it on a bunch of different stuff. All right. Wavy fall out.